What is going on, everyone, and welcome to episode 100, the milestone episode that I've been working on, working hard to get to for quite some time now. I've really been dragging my feet on this. I think this pandemic thing has just slowed me down so much. Lots of things going on here. Really trying to recalibrate on a bunch of different things. And really just excited to get this 100th episode out. So without further ado, let's get right into it. I don't normally talk about weight loss because I don't normally talk about the general public. The reason why I don't talk about that is because I concentrate so much of my work on, athletes, whether it be professional, amateur, or just someone who wants to really just train for sport, running, cycling, soccer, whatever it is. If you're just interested in participating in a sport and you want to know how to take care of your body, or you want to know when you want to know how to improve your performance, this is the podcast you listen to. That's where we're going to be going. And that's what we've been kind of getting at for the last, 15 to 20 episodes, is really just focusing solely on athletes. Now, today's episode is talking about, we're at that new year. We're right in the new year window. We've spoken about a bunch of different topics. Weight loss is always something that comes up around this time of year. People talk about weight loss and how to train for it. As I mentioned, I don't only talk about anything that doesn't have to do with sports or doesn't have to do with athletes, but I think a lot of individuals, a lot of athletes, sometimes they look to their sport or their activity that they're currently doing as a form of weight loss to help them kind of get into better shape and kind of be healthier and be leaner. Great. Really like it. I think it's a great idea. And here's why. There's going to be a caveat, so don't worry. This is not just like one of those like, oh my God, he's saying something's great without giving a caveat. No, there's something coming. Everyone knows it. I'm always the devil's advocate on everything, and I'm always I play both sides of everything. What is great about having something that you do help you lose weight? The reason why that's more likely to happen, for two reasons. Number one, you're less likely to give it up. I think people don't realize at times when they get into this weight loss thing is that they go based on what they've heard works, not what they want to do. Very important point. They do what they've heard works, not what they want to do. It doesn't mean that someone says you can sit on the couch and watch TV and they're like, I love doing that. I can lose weight while doing that. Let's do that. That could work if you're extremely obese and you've completely changed the way you're eating. Yeah, you're going to lose weight because obviously you're not eating as much. You're not eating the same things. You've changed the way you're eating, so obviously you're going to lose weight. But for the average population, it's just not going to cut it. You need to be doing some kind of activity. And what happens is that a lot of individuals go to the gym. They'll sign up at a gym. They'll get a membership at a gym. And they do it because they think that that's what's going to help them lose weight, because they think it's a gym. That's where people go to lose weight, get in shape, get muscles, look good, and leave. And that doesn't always work. And that, I think, is one of the reasons why a lot of people, they drop out, because they go into it thinking that this is what I have to do and not what I want to do. How many people right now listening can go back just for a second here, pause it in your mind, close your eyes, not if you're driving, close your eyes and go back and think to when you were young, when you had to do an assignment or you had to do homework or you had to do some kind of school task. And a lot of people already know this because not everybody loved every single class under the sun. You had your favorites and you definitely had some that you didn't like so much. Mine was gym, obviously, because physical education was, pretty much what I'm doing right now. So that's where I liked being. The gym was where I liked being, so that's where I kind of gravitated to. But, there were tons of stuff that I didn't like to do, and I didn't get better at it because I didn't want to do it more. That's pretty obvious. And I didn't see results on it because I didn't want to do it, so I didn't get better at it. So I just left, and I just stopped doing it. When I didn't have to do it, I just stopped doing it. If it was a life or death situation, yeah, the gym, whatever is going to go, gym might be good. That's why a lot of people just do something to get kind of active. Like, it does work to some degree. caveats coming, don't worry. But when it comes to weight loss, when it comes to getting healthier, when it comes to just getting in shape, do something you love. Do something that's going to be fun, that you enjoy. It doesn't mean that going to the gym is not the right answer. It's just sometimes you go to the gym looking for a personal trainer when, maybe a group class was something you'd be more kind of, you'd kind of gravitate more towards that and you'd enjoy it more. So maybe a spinning class, maybe, group exercise classes, maybe, yoga classes. There's also eccentrics. There's a lot of eccentrics everywhere. I love that stuff. I've had, one of their master instructors come on the show once. Another great way to get in shape. There's tons of ways to do it. There's tons of ways to get in shape. I know everything's kind of on lockdown now, so you're kind of resorted to like stuff that's online, and it's really hard to get to a gym, but at some point we will be able to get to that point. And I've already spoken about, the best online platforms that I think the nice online stuff. You can go back and check that out. I can't remember what episode that is, but it's somewhere back there, 80 something, whatever. Online stuff's always available. If you like the in-person stuff, that is what I would highly recommend you consider. And the other reason it's better to choose that is because if you're in the right state of mind, your overall mental state is going to be much better. It's not going to feel like you're pulling teeth. You're not going to be going to this place where you're not happy. You're just stressed out. It's just really negative. It's just, you just don't like doing it. The cortisol levels in your body are going to spike, and cortisol is actually really bad for muscle growth, and it's really good for fat deposits. So if you want to put on fat and lose your muscles, cortisol and stress is the way to go. Doesn't mean that both those things are going to happen, but you may have both. You may get one, you may get the other, but it's very likely that you will probably not come out of that in a good state of mind. There's a good type of stress. There's a bad type of stress. And doing something you do not like to do is a bad type of stress. You will not like it. All you're going to be thinking about is ways to get out of it. You're not going to want to do it. You're going to go there. You're not really going to pay attention. You're not really going to put your effort in. And then the results won't show. And the results won't show because you're not going to be putting in your effort, and you're not going to be in a right state of mind in your body. Like biochemistry is just not going to be on your side. So that is why I say go to something that you like and something that you enjoy doing, because you're more likely to be better at it, which is why a lot of the people that are listening to the show, a lot of people that walk through this door, it's. I love how he calls in the middle of a show. One of my buddies calls literally in the middle. So I'm leaving it in. I'm not changing because the show's... No, Ben, stop it. You're literally interrupting a show. God damn it. Are you serious? Can you hear me?
Bro, I
can't. Hang up.
Can't hear you at all.
Hang up. Hang up. There he goes. I love that happened. I'm keeping that in here. Okay, so lost my train of thought. That's why I'm saying that a lot of the athletes that come in this door, they gravitate towards sports that they like. Cycling, running, soccer. Some are professional hockey players, some are not. Some are the average person who just wants to get into the gym and power lift. Some are really striving to just be like physically athletic. Like they just want to feel and train like an athlete, doesn't put that much attention to something, really build that craft. That's really great because their likelihood of succeeding is very high. Their likelihood of walking away from it and not liking it is very low because they're doing something they like. So find that thing you like, whatever it is, and do it. Are you serious? Or just literally, I don't understand how he's still calling me. So what I think everyone has to really focus on is finding something you like. Now, the caveat, the one that I was coming for, before the double interruption by the same person, I don't care. Ben, I swear to God, I better hear you better recite this episode like backwards and forwards to me. You have 1 week to get this done when this thing comes out. 1 week to recite this entire episode for interrupting it twice. I literally have put everything on Do Not Disturb, and somehow he manages to find my Google Home. That's how he got in touch with me. Okay. The last episode, I spoke about a meeting that I had to go to. That was the meeting that he missed. So, I love that this episode has collapsed like entirely on itself. All right. The caveat. The one thing we do here, I don't train, I don't do weight loss. I don't really do muscle mass, stuff like that. It's just not my thing. I don't gravitate towards it. And the reason I don't gravitate towards it is because a lot of people that get into it for the wrong reasons, or they get into it thinking that training is going to give them the, haircut result. The reason why I call that thing the haircut result is a lot of people notice that when you go to a hairdresser, you get a haircut, the results are instantaneous. You walk in, your hair looks one way, you leave, your hair looks significantly better, hopefully significantly better. So the result is immediate. Training is not that. And so a lot of people come here for weight loss. That's what they're looking for, is that instant change. And if you haven't done training for a long time, and if you haven't been training, and it's not something that you're really excited about and that you kind of like to do, and you love to go and get the workouts, and you like to be physically active in the gym, it's very hard to buy into it, which is why I just don't gravitate towards it. I deal with athletes. That's what I like to do. I was an athlete growing up. That's what I like to do. And so I enjoy that whole build process. I enjoy that side of things, which is why I gravitated towards it. So when I look at my athletes and I look at what they're doing, this is one of the things that I think is really important, is that if they like what they're doing, they're going to train and do it for the right reasons. But at the same time, the reason it's dangerous to walk into just something that you like if someone's never trained for 5-10 years and then just decides to start playing soccer out of the blue, or decides to go run a marathon out of the blue, you could look up every single one of my episodes that I've ever talked about running and how you're going to get hurt and things to do and blah, 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 blah. A lot of it always comes down to what I do with my athletes here, and what I do with my clients here is build the basis, build the foundation. It's the title of this podcast, build the foundation. The foundation comes first, the foundation first. That's all that is. If you go and build the foundation, that's going to be good for you. That's why I tell people all the time, my battery's about to die here. God damn it, everything's going on me today. When I talk to my clients, one of the things I always tell them is you have to focus on the fundamentals. You have to focus on the foundation. If you could focus on the foundation, everything is going to improve. So you guys, that's why I post the, all the different things, the essentials, the clips. So check out our website, the essentials, linked up above. Check out, on our page, those are the routines that you're going to want to pay attention to. Our paid subscription stuff that's going to be coming out soon. It's all fundamental stuff to allow you to do the things that you love. Taking care of your foot, taking care of your core, taking care of your shoulders, taking care of your hip mobility, soft tissue, all that stuff. Pay attention to it. Get on it before this battery does. I'm going to finish off this episode. Thank you for tuning in for hopefully all 100 episodes. What was your favorite episode? Leave it in the comment section down below. I hope you guys keep listening, and I hope we keep driving forward for another 100. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep building that foundation. Take care, guys.